Some of you are holding on because you're afraid to be alone, not because you love them. Some of you are holding on because your parents pressured you, saying, you're getting older, when you're going to have babies, when you're going to get married.
When I get ready. Motherfuckers. Oh, I get ready.
The issue with a man that you don't really love like that.
The single shaming is so real right now.
Yes. And the crazy thing is, it happens to men too. Women don't know that or realize that.
Yeah. Tell me, I've never heard a guy say, all my friends are like, people need to stop freaking single shaming me, because it's kind of like, you haven't found a man yet. It's like, would you rather me be with the wrong person? But the older generation, they don't think like that. It's just about, well, you're single. It means that you're broken. It means there's something wrong with you.
Yes. And so, one, they don't think about it being about true love, which is why it leads to so many bad relationships, because they're not brought together through love. Let me say this, and I'm going to bring it back to men being single shamed. So I was at an event a couple months ago, and a man brought up the point about arranged marriages and how we should just go to the system of arranged marriages because they're way more successful, they stay together longer, all these things. And I said, no, you're evaluating success with longevity.
Yes.
And those things are not equal, all right? At least for me, I'm about helping people create healthy, happy relationships, not just staying together just to stay together. So now, as far as men being single shamed, I actually had a man a month ago, he called me. He was calling because he was going through a breakup, so he needed advice. And he told me how his father asked him, are you gay? He's like, you're gay? Are you gay? You know, you're still single, you're not married yet, you have no kids, what's the problem? And he was like, Dad, I'm not gay. It's not that simple. And he's like, no, you're gay. The difference is this. Men do not talk about the pressures they go through as much as a woman will, especially, well, at least specifically, with, let's just say with dating and relationships, all right? Because again, does the man want to tell everyone how his father's asked him if he's gay because he's single? No. Does a man even want to talk about how, you know, his family's pressuring him to have babies and stuff like that? No. And I think also because to a certain extent, I will say this, it may bother the man less than it bothers the woman, all right? It bothers him, but the pressure if that same father gave the same equal amount of pressure to the woman and to the man, it would weigh on the woman more.
To win it, you know? But at the same time,
We're in it to win it. Stop hating on me, baby, because I got on God protection.
We won't even joke about the word divorce. In this household, like in the Bilyeu household, it's called the D word. It's like used like Voldemort in like Harry Potter. It's like you don't say that word. We don't joke about it. We don't pretend in an argument, in a fun time. Like we just don't say it. But
Don't say it. Don't just say it.
If we're unhappy, we go to therapy. We do everything we possibly can. We work at it. But that doesn't mean either of us are willing to be in a relationship where we're miserable. And so there is this like, we both give each other the security to never joke about divorce because we are in it to win it, you know? But at the same time, I don't want to live a loveless marriage. Like, you want to talk about a life that I think I would rather be single. I'd rather be single than be in a loveless marriage or in a marriage that has bed death, where you're just not having sex anymore. And now you're just like roommates. Like that is so heartbreaking, and actually this leads into something I've heard you talk about the fear of.
So you love that you cherish you.
Nope. Definitely not that. And you know it's man. And you know this man. Uncle Ben. You know this Uncle Ben. We already know who
Especially
it
they've been
is.
coddled by their mothers. They're
Yeah.
looking for a new mother, you can say. A new mother who has sex with them, essentially. Okay? So that is happening a lot. I do still say a lot more men than women realize do want a relationship, meaning they are fully prepared to pour into a woman. Many of them to their own detriment. All right? Which is another problem. See, what gets overlooked is the millions of men who men have been sold the belief of if you love a woman, you put her on a pedestal, you love her to death, you cherish her, you do everything. And that actually is wrong. All right? Well, let me say this. It's missing context. So what I try to teach, I have a video I did on putting a woman on a pedestal. And my argument, my approach is you should put her on a pedestal, but she has to understand there are consequences. Now, when I say consequences, I don't mean that it just means that, yes, I'm going to give you the world. I'm going to treat you like a queen. I'm going to love you. I'm going to adore you. But if you do not respect, honor, and pour back into me, you don't get to stay there. And removing the pedestal doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to treat you poorly. No, it means
All right.
if they correct it, problem solved. If they don't, they've exposed themselves. And would we not rather to have that exposed as quickly as possible?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying act like his wife in the first couple of days to expose him. The holding so much back doesn't work in your favor. It works against you.
Oh, God.
Only prolonging, seeing what do you really have here. You can't see the connection as clear as you need to see it. You can't see their intentions as clear as you need to see it. And rather than being afraid of what they will do with it, be confident in yourself that you can handle it when that time comes. So it's almost like someone will say, well, I don't want to be affectionate on the day because he may want sex. But you can tell him no. So don't be afraid that he may want it. The concern should be that if you tell him no, he doesn't respect it. And if you're still saying, well, you know, he might be abusive and take it further. Okay. So the precautions you can take are putting yourself in an environment that don't allow that to happen. So, okay, we go to the restaurant. You can be affectionate in the restaurant. You can only go so far in the restaurant. You know? And once he shows he doesn't respect it, yes, now you know, oh, I can't deal with this guy.
Cut off game strong.
You think if I had to not be closed off and not affectionate because I can take it. Now, he's over there thinking you're not interested in him.
You know it.
Then maybe she's not serious. Because for men, physical touch, affection, these are signals for them to say, oh, she actually likes me. So you know, withhold that. It's a problem. And we can just use all kinds of examples, but I don't even know how we got to this.
Go ahead.
With the question that before we go, this is so fascinating to me because this is one of these subjects that is so confusing. So, like, one of the things me and my husband have spoken endlessly about is about having sex, and like the first time we had sex, and I remember on our first date, and he was just like, I don't have sex on the first date. I was like, God, that's amazing. That's fantastic. I'm really comfortable. And then he tried it on with me. So I was like, I perceived you as a liar. And he was like, the truth was, he's like, I don't really like to have sex on the first date. Like, he wants to get to know someone. And he was like, but then when we were back, he was like, he was so attracted to me. He was like, his impulse was just like, oh, and so I was like, but you know that I perceived you as a liar, and so that became almost like a little red flag on the early days. And so part of that as well is in that moment, I just had grown up being told all the time, you don't sleep with the guy on the first date because he will never call you back. And that's always very confusing because I had that idea in that first date, and so I was like, well, I'm not going to sleep with him because, you know, I'm really enjoying his company. I want to meet up with him again. But it's rather confusing because it's like you are sexually attracted to somebody, and you're telling yourself you shouldn't because of the fear that
Make it make sense, sweetie. Make it make sense. That's what she gonna do.